The Illinois Department of Juvenile Justice's website states, youth committed to the department's care will receive individualized services provided by qualified staff that give them the skills to become productive citizens. Even though this might not sound so bad, no parent would ever like to see their children having anything to do with the world of juvenile justice. In the peaceful community of Homewood, Illinois, the police department believes in a different way of approaching kids.
Hey guys, what's going on? What are you guys up to today? Talking.
I don't think any parent really wants their kid to go through the court system. Hi, I'm Officer Kurt Wiest with the Homewood Police Department. I'm a juvenile officer. I do spend time on the street with the juveniles. I spend time here at the station referring juveniles to a couple different places, peer jury being one of them.
I'm Leah.
Alexis Jones.
Maddie.
I'm Nancy, Will's mother.
The program is a diversion program to hopefully keep our teens that reside in these communities and in the South Suburban area out of the juvenile court system. My name is Mary Treese Vizzini. I'm the peer jury coordinator for the Homewood Flossmoor Peer Jury Program.
Usually, the officers on the street, if they get an offender that's a juvenile, and they're worthy of being here at peer jury, they will refer them. Now, what I mean by that is that it's going to have to be a minor crime.
In the peer jury program, we deal with misdemeanors, nonviolent misdemeanors.
Vandalism, willful and malicious destruction of property.
It was my 16th birthday party, and I invited Matt and a lot of other people. Matt got into a fight, so I kicked him and the kid that he got into a fight with out.
As soon as the hearing begins, at the inception of that hearing, it is completely teen-driven.
They say it's peer jury, but it's not really like lawyery or like court. It's not like that. It's really fun, and it's your peers.
I try to sit away from the main table. They're all sitting at a table.
So it almost hit me.
There's a team that's moderating it.
I want to remind you that peer jury is a completely voluntary process.
Like, it's not treated like a really big scripted thing. It's more like, you know, just asking questions.
I don't even like the adults to ask questions that are in the program. However, sometimes we do. When do they come back then, guys? When is he going to come back and show us he did all of this stuff? We'll interject a question or two. But the teenagers are questioning the referred teen.
So it didn't go off before you left? It went off after you left?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're questioning the victim. And when they feel they have the entire story, they've got a pretty good idea of what happened, they'll ask those people to leave the room.
Well, if we could have you step out of the room while we write an agreement.
And then you'll see just the teens are deliberating.
Like, how many should you talk to? Just one or like
Two.
two? Okay,
That'd be good.
You're not at college or at your house, so
To Leah.
to Leah and
We have had deliberations that have gone for like half an hour, 45 minutes before.
The teenagers, are so insightful and so smart.
It's about not punishing, because punishing doesn't really do anything.
The peer jury system may be seen as a novelty. However, it really is a part of a bigger concept that has been around for quite a while. We're talking about restorative justice.
What we're talking about here in restorative justice is a path to our personal awareness and understanding of the impact of our conduct on others.
The Balancing Restorative Justice is a great tool to give back, especially working with the young people who are affiliated with peer jury. I'm Bishop Ronnie White, and I'm also humbled to have the opportunity to serve as Director of Juvenile Services for the Chicago Heights Police Department.
We're not asking questions to blame anyone. We're just trying to get a clear picture of the whole situation.
Peer jury is effective in that it gives an offender the opportunity to correct themselves.
That's what I love about our peer jury program, because it is based on the philosophy of balance and restorative justice.
We're not judging them on what they did. We're just helping them make it right.
And then gives that offender an opportunity to restore themselves.
Typically, when somebody commits a crime in our criminal justice system, they want to know, what did you do, and how are we going to handle this, and how are we going to punish you?
When you punish, you don't help whoever they hurt. You don't help whoever they robbed or anything.
However, in restorative justice, we want to know who was harmed and How are we going to make you accountable for this, and how are we going to repair that harm?
The boy your watchman saw at your warehouse has no record. Suppose we arrange for the boy to replace the windows.
It's to repair the harm, you know, their harm that they've done, not only to the victim, but basically to their to the village or the city in which they live.
We would like you to write an apology letter to Leah's family, and to your family.
And then the kids from the peer jury, they will come up with consequences for the kids, something that is doable.
We would also like you to complete 20 hours of community service.
Most of the time we give community service, and some kids would think of that as a punishment, but really you're helping yourself because you're helping other people.
We have like a folder with community service places and other things they can do, and we just like look through it, and it takes a lot of work sometimes.
The teens have been trained, so they've been trained in balanced and restorative justice.
All the peer jurors have to go through training. I don't know how many hours it is.
Well, it's one full day.
They've been trained in the hearing process.
We practice a lot of hearings.
They've been trained in deliberations.
We learn more about the restorative justice system, and we learn how to bring the victim into all of this, how they have needs too, and how it's really different, how this whole system is different than the justice system.
According to the Illinois Juvenile Justice Commission Chairman, George Timberlake, it costs $78,000 for Illinois to incarcerate a juvenile for 1 year.
But this is not a major budget. You know, we provide some soda and pizza for, those who participate as the jurors. The overall benefit, of course, is much less than going through the court system if you didn't have a program like this in place.
Okay. We'll see you in 2 months.
In an environment with a police department where it's usually punitive, it's been difficult at times. It's been challenging for our police officers to see that restorative justice works.
Our police chief, Larry Burnson, believes in it. Our deputy chiefs believe in it. And the surrounding towns believe in it.
When you look at the recidivism rate, meaning repeat offenders,
we have a very, very low recidivism rate in our program. It's less than 3%.
It is very effective.
We typically do not see these kids again.
I think it works.
It's just fun to be with your friends and help people.
This is one of the places to go to.